Hello! Today I'm doing something I haven't done in a while, which is joining a Draw This in Your Style challenge. I feel like I always end up saying something along the lines of, I haven't done something like this in a long time, every time for my recent speed paints. Anyways, for those who are unfamiliar, a Draw This in Your Style is basically where someone provides, usually through a post, an artwork or character that you are invited to draw in your own style. The original artwork for this one is by... I definitely do not want to butcher this person's name, so I'll just put their username on screen right now, along with the original artwork. As soon as I saw it, I thought it would be a great opportunity to draw something similarly painterly, just like in my recent speed paint. I don't know, I just think I've been in a fairly painterly mood recently. Quick tangent, you'll also see I used the same painterly brush to paint the background later on, in the same style that I used for my previous speed paint. I actually know what that specific brush is called now. It's called the Charcoal Rock Soft Brush on Krita, which is the drawing software that I use. Anyways, I also thought it would be a great way to play around with the lighting as well. So, long story short, I opted to give this challenge a try. My idea for it though, since I usually try to change the character's pose whenever I used to join these challenges, was to make it sort of like this character is on a hammock of clouds in the night sky, or at least something like that. I don't know, I think it's because of the many stars in the original piece, maybe. I mean, in the original, the character wasn't even on clouds. But I think that's something really great about these challenges. You can usually get pretty creative with these. I think I've hosted 2 of these challenges myself in the past, and some of the entries were very creative. So yeah, it was quite refreshing to join a challenge like this after so long of not doing so. It just scratches my brain the right way. I also remember a time where I think all of the artworks I would draw were entries for these types of Draw This in Your Style challenges. Some of them I even ended up winning some prizes for, so that's quite a fun thing to look back on. Before I forget, by the way, I actually created yet another custom brush for this piece. Well, a few custom brushes actually. I ended up creating 2 new star brushes. One star with the lines in the middle and another one that was just an outline of the star. Now that I think about it, I might create another one that's like an opaque, fully filled in star. By the time this video comes out anyway, I might actually already have done that. I mainly use the star brush with the lines for the 3 main stars in the middle of the illustration and the sort of outline star brush for the rest of the stars. That's a few more brushes to add to my collection of custom brushes, since I've actually already made a few in the past, I think. That aside, anyways, I had quite a bit of a time figuring out the pose for this character. The back leg really gave me some trouble at first, but it ended up okay. For the coloring stage and the highlights though, oh boy, I had to really practice choosing colors that work well together. And I had to figure out a lot of lighting effects for this one too. I do remember a specific thing I did where I kept some of the highlights just pure white along the middle part near the character's hands and the stars. I don't usually stick to just white highlights, but in order to make things pop a bit, I figured doing that might help. As well as adding this white sort of light ring near that area, which I actually made using a bubble brush. If anything, it just helps direct the viewer's eyes to that part of the image. It's also important to keep in mind that I tried to make everything else less... Let's just say I made sure not everything pops or stands out. Because if everything is standing out, then nothing is. Also, another tangent. The shoes. The shoes. I loved drawing the shoes. I don't know what it is about shoes, but I just absolutely love drawing them every single time I get the chance to do so. With all that said, anyways, these challenges are just a really good way to experiment and get creative. I think that's the main reason I always enjoyed these. It's really fun and a great creative exercise. But that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoy my own version of this artwork for today. And as always, let's have a look at the finished piece, and thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.